Yes. The boys are back in town. Welcome to the welcome to the new and improved. No?
Yeah,
No big
yeah.
episode number 129. Knock them out the box. Second episode
Ciento
this week.
veinte nueve en sap.
Indeed. I'm here with my
Damn,
co-host,
I
with the
feel fresh.
co-most, the Mr. Majestic, left, right, left kid, Mr. Brendan Long.
Yeah, yeah,
Also in
yeah.
the building is Billy Bindlesticks, who hopes that we give him some winners, because this is the time of the show, the
Trying to
part of the
dance.
show. He's doing his Trump dance, his MAGA
He's
joke.
Trying to dance.
Did anyone
Dance.
name that MAGA dance? Fucking
I know
before
the double hand
the
job.
double hand job. This
Hey,
fucking guy's
yeah.
handing out hand jobs.
I'm getting MAGA on these hoes.
Wow.
It looks like they're gonna get MAGA on you.
They are.
Just spill it.
KEOTB, knock them out the box, episode 129. The boys
Holy
are back.
moly. And classy as always.
Always classy.
Oh man.
So, guys, Friday, May 2nd, Times Square. A big card on DAZN pay-per-view. Can I already cut a mini promo?
Go ahead, please, God.
We're fucking buying these DAZN pay-per-views, and you can only watch on one device.
Yeah, I know you don't like that. Here's a promo I'm gonna cut.
Okay.
As we record this middle of the week.
Yeah.
No one knows how this is going to be set up. There's an article I read today.
Yeah.
And they don't. I walked through Times Square today. Okay.
Yes.
On purpose. I was at work, and I was in Bryant Park, and I went, you know what? Let me go a couple blocks west. And by the way, Bryant Park was beautiful this time of year. But I walked over to Times Square, and nothing is set up. There's nothing like roped off as we record this. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not in the city for the rest of the week. I'm in Queens and Brooklyn, but I'm curious. I didn't see any signs. No promo for this. There's also like no real tickets for this card. It's like invite only.
I mean, look.
I mean, from what I understand.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm saying, all right, look, I was about to say something. I was about to say it's kind of on brand, but I
think that was the plan. So you can say that. I think the plan was to sort of, keep out the riffraff. Yeah, this is going to be.
Hey, look, if you're anywhere near Times Square, you can hang out your window and watch it. At least
I guess.
You can. It's a joke going around. Like, I guess if I'm up the block, I can fucking watch
I can stick my head out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barbosa, 12 rounds, WBO junior welterweight title.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
As this is listed in how I make how I pull the schedule, okay? Ryan Garcia Rolly Romero is officially the headliner, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. That's it. I didn't know.
But I don't know the running order outside of that. And I don't know if they're going to start at, say, 5 with I have no idea, bro.
Okay.
It's very
the only championship fight that's in a proper weight class is the one you're about to talk about.
Yeah. Look.
And I'm sorry for nitpicking that and interrupting you. I apologize. I want you are way more organized with this stuff than me. And I wanted to clear that up with you, because I'm looking at this when I'm making this list going, me being a fan of boxing and boxing trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I'm going, well, Lopez Barboza is the title fight. That should be
Lopez is the real guy at 140, guys, whether we like it or not, or like him or not. That's the guy who beat the guy.
That's the
guy. He beat Josh Taylor for all Ring Magazine guy.
The headliner has been suspended for a year.
Yes.
He's fighting a special needs kid.
Yes.
Who is fighting.
Devin Haney got beat the fuck up.
Got beat.
Regardless of if.
And he's fighting a washed Jose Ramirez, who I'm not so sure.
Who lost to Arnold Barboza to sort of put himself in this position for this.
Right.
It's crazy.
And who was getting his eyes rolled in the back of his head by Rances Bartholomew. So, okay. Continue, Vin. Sorry to interrupt you.
Hey, guys. look, we do our jokes. Who's the most obnoxious person in the sport? Teo always comes up. He hasn't let us down in the build up to this one. This week is going to be more obnoxious because he's just going to turn it up a notch. Fellow fighters have had it up with it. Devin Haney was like, bro, do you ever shut the fuck up? Just flat up said that, not on some cutting a promo, was legitimately getting frustrated. It wasn't part of some sort of build up or future fight. Haney was talking about something, and this guy just kept talking over him. He's like, yo, do you ever shut the fuck up? He's just a fucking annoying child.
He said, he went, nope.
Yeah, and then said something goofy. Don't you know how to sell a fight or something like that? I don't know. Look,
he has a really poor command of like basic
conversational. He's brutal. He's
brutally stupid.
He's so dumb, and he's attempting to be witty,
he used
which
the
is
word,
the worst.
He used the word plural like incorrectly. He's
the worst thing about a big mouth
dumb
in boxing is a big mouth who's not witty.
Right.
And this guy thinks he's witty, and he's adult. So he doubles down on stupidity without knowing it. Look, Arnold Barbosa Jr. has 32 fights. Weird. He didn't even really fight someone with a pulse until he fought like an old Sniper Pedraza, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe Danielito Zorrilla, like I know him, you know what I mean? And that wasn't even that long ago. Then he fights Ramirez, who you have been calling on as washed for a minute now. That Catterall split decision could have gone either way. I thought Catterall eked it. I thought he nicked that fight, Jack Catterall. So look, you get places by beating the right guys.
Yep.
I'm not going to say, oh, Barboza shouldn't even be here. Look, Teo historically, when he needs to get up for a fight is when he looks his best. I think he views this as that. Not because Barboza's great, but he isn't a Sandor Martin, where I think Teo was like, I don't even know how I'm possibly going to get up for this. Where do you stand on this? Do you think this is another, he didn't get up for this and shit's the
No, he'll
bed?
get up for this, I think. I think he'll get up for this. I think he's going to get up for this. He seems amped. He seems excited to be there.
Agreed.
Look,
agreed. He seems for him clear-headed. I think he's a dope, and I think I'll always be a dope.
Look, it's a big stage.
Yeah.
Both literally and figuratively.
Yes.
It's a Times Square fight. He's supposedly from New York. I can't tell if he's from New York or Florida.
No, people. He says Brooklyn, and then he says that they say you were always in Florida. I don't get it. I don't know either.
So I don't know.
You live there. You have people there. I have people there. I don't know anyone who's like, yeah, Teo. I know him from when we were younger. No, I don't know. You know, doesn't mean anything. We just don't.
I know EK likes him. I don't know if you knew him from the amateurs.
He doesn't like him. He loves him. But Eric Kelly praises Teo more than any active fighter.
Right. So I don't know if I don't know. Whatever. This is a 12-rounder. And it's a title fight. So,
look, it's because Barbosa is undefeated. I don't have to say, oh, he's never been knocked out. Of course he has, and he's undefeated. Has his you go through maybe 2-3 names on his resume, B, and it starts looking really fucking wonky.
Barboza?
Yeah, really wonky. And if you say clearly his biggest win was over Jack Catterall, and I think Catterall eked it. I think he nicked it.
Okay.
And then you know, you talk about a 300 years old Sniper Pedraza, and then a Ramirez who you believe is shot. I'm only bringing that up because we're gonna get into that. I think everything in my head says Teofimo Lopez should pack up Arnold Barboza if he is who he thinks he is, who people like Eric Kelly, my friend, who tells me, yo, he's unified at 135, he's unified at 140, 2-time Ring Magazine lineal champion. He's not wrong. Do I think the way that he got there? Or, you know, how did he get there? Who did he lose to?
Yeah,
You know, it was lineal 35 and lost to Cambosis. That's a bad, really bad. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
it's a bad return fight.
Um, but
All right,
you can't deny that at 35 he was lineal, and at 40 he is lineal.
right.
So if you want to, if he wants to be viewed as that, you should pack up Arnold Barboza. Billy Betts, Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barboza, line and over under. They got to be there, right? These
Oh
are
yeah,
championship fights.
they got all kinds of stuff for this whole weekend.
Oh, okay.
They
So
got
you're hotsy totsy.
they got eight. They
Billy,
got suggestions for 8-leg parlays
is
and
Bendel Sticks looking to make a killing?
Bro,
Big?
look how
all
long
weekend, baby.
look how long the preview list is. And it's all 3 days. It's like a 3-day weekend, which
Yeah, it is.
I'll get into what we talk about later in a
Be
minute.
prepared to hear from me a lot this weekend, Vin. We're
Mm-hmm.
going out Saturday night. Got the babysitter. I'm going to be like
Mhm.
sneak into the bathroom with the text
Right.
messages.
And what happens on Friday night is going to affect Saturday.
Yep.
Because you either you have money to play with and you
So
want to be
you're
stupid,
picking
or you're Bindle Sticks and you need to get back.
what are
Right.
the odds here? You're picking Lopez Vin officially by knockout.
Well, I want to listen, Mr. Long, before I,
Okay.
You want the line?
please.
Lopez minus 225, and it's 10.5.
10.5. They don't think
They're
Barboza.
giving Barbosa
Barboza's
way
never been
more,
he's never been knocked out.
way more credit than I ever would. At 220, he should be a
225.
he should be 7-1 favorite, Teofimo Lopez.
Well, Barboza's never been knocked out.
Okay.
And
Good for him. What?
right.
And
He's the naturally bigger guy.
okay, good for him. Good for you.
I'm telling you why I think the odds are the way they are.
Okay, what is the
And
over under, Billy?
10.5.
10.5.
I thought that's more what you were getting a little hotsy tots about.
I don't like that either. But that 10.5 is these animals in Vegas like to stick it to you. No problem.
Yeah. All right, so
I think Teofimo Lopez packs him up in 9 or 10. And I think it's a beating. I don't think it's a stoppage. I mean, a one-hitter quitter.
he's
I think it's
way more athletic.
I think he gives him hands him a beating over 9 or 10
Do you think he
rounds.
lands that? He has that like almost jump hook. You know what I'm talking about? That he
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's very athletic what he's doing, but it's moronic if someone's gonna time it, but not this guy.
yeah, he does it when they're really hurt, and there ain't nothing coming back.
Yeah, there's nothing coming back. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say Barboza hangs in there, goes the distance, but it's lopsided, and due to Lopez now being at 140 pounds, he couldn't get him out of there. But there are plenty of guys he can get out of there at that weight. Barboza not being one. I don't think I've ever seen Barboza hurt.
I haven't. I haven't. I'm really not disagreeing with you, even though I'm picking it. I think he gets drubbed. I don't think Teo's gonna.
I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, and because it's not close, I think it starts getting into that. Why am I letting my guy go back out there again?
Barboza gets the Zerto treatment from me, by the way. There's 3 Z's at the end of that name. It's Barboza.
Okay. Okay. You took them from Zordo. You took them from him.
Took him from Zerto.
Yeah, and gave him to Barboza.
Zerto drank a couple of Red Bulls, all right?
He did. He did it this cruiserweight.
All right. Up next, we got Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. That is scheduled as a welterweight fight.
It is. Mr. Long thinks Jose Ramirez is washed. I don't think he's as washed as Brandon does. Is he the guy that had that run a little while back? Mo Hooker, those guys? No, he is not that guy.
He's not that guy. So maybe the weight does better for him. Okay. Maybe the extra 7 pounds will help him. He's like 2 inches taller than Haney.
He's only 32.
He's only 32?
Yes.
I don't.
I know. You think he's like 98.
I want to check his birth certificate. Did he stop by Cuba on the way? He's California native. Did he move to Cuba for a little while before he fought in the Olympics?
Run he was on. It started with Amir Imam like in 2018. Amir
I think
Imam,
he's a.
Antonio
I think
Orozco.
Ramirez is a guy. Those Olympic guys also have 1 billion amateur fights.
No, yeah, I hear you. Zapata, Mo Hooker, Victor Postal, the loss to Josh Taylor, an older Pedraza, beat Comey, knocked him out. Rancis Bartholomew, who's 109. And he lost to the aforementioned Arnold Barbosa in a 10-round. Yeah. Look, man,
In a 10-round stinker.
this Devin Haney is what I gotta stand on what I'm gonna stand on.
He's gonna lose to the next guy.
I'm just gonna go. He's gonna lose because I don't. His defense is leaky. His chin is trash, and you're gonna go, okay, well, how is his chin trash when he's undefeated and he's never been stopped? All right,
Yeah, Vin, tell us.
no, that's what I'm gonna hear.
Right.
He's
All right,
undefeated.
I'm
He's never been stopped. How is someone's chin trash?
I'm gonna pick Haney in a stinker.
Yeah, I mean,
10.5. What's the line on that there, William? It's got to be 10.5. And Haney's what, a 3-1 favorite?
Are you making that up as just a boxing fan, or are you?
I'm making.
If this Ramirez is as washed as you say he is, he should be 10-1.
What do you got?
Haney minus 1,200.
I'm all over this Haney, all over this Ramirez.
Upset special?
Really bad. Upset special. No, because I don't know what I'm going to pick yet. I have to do it in the next 10 seconds. But what I'm saying is you give me 12 to 1.
Well, so Jose Ramirez is plus 700.
Right. So you pick him and you put 100 clams down, you're going to win 700 clams. Billy, this Haney, I was just going to use one of your kids. This Haney, right? Your youngest child could chin him. He's got a glass chin. He's going up in weight, Billy. So now you're going against bigger guys who hit harder. His chin is glass. He'll go
10.5 rounds too, as predicted.
That's tricky for me. He could get this guy's so garbage. He could get packed up in any round. If he got chinned in the 11th and was snoring, I go, yeah, that makes about sense. He was on his jab. He was on his jab. He was on his jab. He stunk it out. He stunk it out. He stunk it out. And Ramirez kept firing the right hand and kept firing the right hand. Like Foreman, it's the same game plan. If I'm Ramirez, it's exact same game plan as Foreman had against Michael Moorer. Just keep firing the 1-2, firing the 1-2. One of them's going to land. And when it does, he's getting packed up.
That being said, it won't be by Jose Ramirez. Haney's going to take a stinker here. If there's more than what they said there's going to be in the, it's going to draw boos and the ire of fans. Haney in a stinker. Wide decision in a doo-doo.
What is probable is Devin Haney on the jab for 12 rounds, using range.
Curing my insomnia.
Curing your insomnia, using distance, jab. If Ramirez tries to get inside, he'll clinch on the inside.
Yeah.
He'll refuse to mix it up on the inside.
Ramirez is a volume guy, so he's good. Without volume, he's sort of, he's handcuffed. So I think Haney's going to, with the jab, disrupt a volume swarmer like Ramirez.
Look, Brendan's right. The logic dictates that Devin Haney wins in a stinker and protects that bad chin.
Let's also be clear. Historically, swarmers get older faster.
They do. And guys that fight this type of style. He's been in. I'm going to throw wars out. He's been in very tough fights.
Yeah, with
the
tough
Josh
opponents.
Taylor fight was a tough fight.
Right,
he
was
real
put down
guys.
in that fight. Yeah,
when he went on that run, that I brought up, it was fighting real guys.
Every fight.
Fucking hit hard. Mo Hooker hit hard at 40. And
he had a little run, Mo Hooker.
He did.
He's done.
Billy, but again, when you say upset specials, numbers like that with a guy who I don't think this guy is good, Billy. I know you're not a boxing fan, but you've heard us talk about Devin Haney over the years.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He gets a gift decision over Lomachenko, and he's arguably lost 2 of his last 3. To me, he's lost 2 of his last 3 fights. They clipped Ryan Garcia after he beat the shit out of him, right? For pissing dirty. So they take that loss away after he got beat the fuck up, and he got a gift over Lomachenko. So to me, he's lost two of his however many. To me, this just screams upset special. If you go, I don't even know what I was thinking this guy moving up in weight. This is his first fight at 47 against a guy who was very good at one point. Who had a belt at 40.
Yeah.
So if you're in Vegas for the weekend and don't lay money on Ramirez just to play with, you're crazy. What is likely going to happen? What Brendan said. He's going to stink it out, stay behind the jab, protect that jaw, keep a tight guard. But I think something tells me this Ramirez is going to just repeat, watch, rinse, and one of them is going to clip him. A right hand is going to clip this motherfucker.
Tony Taro's kind of feeling, he's speaking. That's what
he's taking over.
Massive upset here. All right.
It's a 12-1 upset if it happens.
It ain't gonna happen.
Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero.
What's the line on this one?
Wild Billy finds it. Brendan and I, on and off record, can't figure out how any of these commissions are giving a mentally handicapped person a boxing license. I really believe that they're clearly not testing for any sort of mental acumen. There's no fucking way his IQ is over 75. There's no way.
He gets booked. He's been in the gyms in Vegas forever.
He has real power.
No technique.
None.
Stiff.
He's getting packed up by a left hook.
Okay. I don't give a fucking rat's ass about this fight.
What is this doing for Ryan Garcia?
Nothing.
If you're Ryan Garcia.
It's literally this is just pavement and driveway sealer for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney rematch, where, let's be fucking perfectly clear, they should have just made this a doubleheader and gone immediately into the Haney-Garcia rematch at a weight of their choice for 10 rounds, like a Ward Gotti type of deal, and then stuff Teofimo on there and just done a 2-fight card. I mean, it really is unnecessary to do this on a Friday night where it looks like the event hasn't even properly been planned. I'm going to go ahead and agree with you.
This guy hates the sport of boxing, Irish Billy. Brenda.
Sounds like it.
He hates that we're getting fights. He hates that we're getting 3. I mean, this guy is curmudgeon.
They're significant fights.
Mudgeon.
Ryan Garcia hurts Rolly bad early. Rolly hurts Ryan. I'm giving a real breakdown here.
Okay.
In the 4th, Ryan comes back by the 6th and stops Rolly Romero. And stops him miserably.
What is the over-under, Billy, and what is the line? I cut you off.
Garcia minus 900, and it's 6.5.
Ooh, and I said in the 6th, so now I have to.
You did.
Okay, so
I really like your call of him getting hurt too.
He's going to get hurt
too. Look, Luke Campbell put him on his back pockets.
Yep.
Tank packed him up. You're onto something there. He
also leaves his head in the clouds.
Wide open. That chin is wide open. This might be a little mini brawl for a minute.
And they don't fucking like each other.
No.
Going back years.
For real. Billy, B didn't make his pick yet. I love the over, but not because I think it's going to go late. I think all of this happens like in the 8th. So 6.5 means it gets halfway into the 7th.
I'm going to say
I can see
the over is still in the 6th. So it's 6.5. Oh, like, no, that would be what?
Halfway through the 7th.
So I'm taking the under.
You're taking the under. I love the over. I love this
under
to the 8th.
They're gonna let it all hang out.
Rolly's gonna be fucking. His leg's gonna be twitching in the 8th round.
Okay.
He's gonna fucking do Julian Jackson. He's gonna Julian Jackson him.
Julian Jackson does. He would point.
Yeah, when he was dropping, while his opponent was dropping.
Yeah, so his opponent was dropping.
So you got
That was
I like
Harold Graham, who was still punching, right?
Yes, and he was undefeated.
Right. And he had those weird little fucking like marathon shorts on.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that weird? You ever
Yeah,
like watch
and it
that
was
where you're
in
like,
the UK.
yeah, why are you wearing them shorts? They weren't
He
like
he
boxing
he
trunks.
he walks him into the shot in the corner.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So we move on to Saturday.
Yes.
I think it was the 4th.
Billy Betts. What do you have written down so far? Anything? Or you're just writing down to
I'm writing down your
yourself?
picks. I just like to, think on them.
Yeah, no,
I
we
get
should
it.
start going head to head, like an annual total or like a quarterly total.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking that for like the bigger fights too.
Yeah, Tony
sure.
Taro versus I don't know. I don't have a nickname.
We can officially start that.
No, I'm like Keith Murray. I don't have a nickname. I told you when we first started this thing, I'm the Keith Murray of boxing specific podcast. Saturday, we got headliner in Vegas is Saul El Canelo Alvarez versus William Scull, aka Billy Crossbones.
Well, let's talk about the undercard real quick.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, we had a worst to first.
Yeah, Badu Jack is fighting a guy named Noel McCallion. I don't know who he is. A buddy of mine named Ryan Rozicki had this fight. Ryan's a great dude. We talk often.
So McCallion is a replacement.
Yes. Ryan suffered an injury. And I had a long talk with him because he was, for obvious reasons, down,
Yeah.
And I let him know that these things happen for a reason and that he'll be back, So shout out to my guy, Ryan Rozicki. And hopefully when he heals, he'll get this winner. I don't know enough about Noel McCallion to say what's going to happen here. Badu, I know Badu as well. So when Badu's fighting Ryan Rozicki, it's a weird situation where I happen to personally know two guys. Badu's a good dude.
Greatest boxing name in the sport. Badu Jack.
Fought at 68, 75. He's older. He's got the WBC.
How old is he? He's got to be, what, 41?
He might be now. I can look real quick. I don't know enough about this guy he's fighting to say anything or make a pick against Badu.
You want to hear the line?
Yes.
It's an interesting one under those circumstances.
Okay.
Noel, or Noel, however it's said, is minus 135.
Really? He's the favorite?
Correct.
Wow. He's 6'3". He's 34. He's Armenian.
The name Noel McCallion is not how it looks or is spelled via BoxRec.
Nope. It is not.
So he fought our guy, Brendan, Marius Brady's, and lost. And so what's his?
Did he fight Rozicki too? Nope. That got canceled because he got cut in. No.
Yeah, this says Nora Rare McCallion.
Badu is 41, and on Halloween will be 42. So he's about halfway to 42.
This guy fights out of Miami.
On the app I use, more of the bets are on Badu Jack, even with him not being favored.
Right.
He beat Macabo. Knocked him out in 3.
How do I word this? This is tough. I like Badu, man. That's my guy.
I'm gonna pick Badu.
I am too.
Picking him.
I'm picking Badu. Decision. I'm picking him Badu Jack in a close decision.
And maybe a splitter.
All
right.
Jaime Munguia. Bruno Sarace rematch.
Oh,
this was the upset of the year, Billy Betts, last year when he got chinned.
I remember that.
This Bruno Sarace is going to get the dog shit beaten out of him.
The stuffing. He's going to get
this
the
is going to be
beaten out of his
a
ass.
fucking beating for the fucking ages.
He's going to beat the fucking...
He's going to fucking beat the
He's going to beat the marinara out of his fucking
is minus 900.
What is the over under?
I didn't have one yet.
Bruno was undefeated, right?
Yes. This Bruno Sirachi is getting packed up on Saturday. That's all I know. I don't know much.
What if he just has his number though?
And B team, are you ready to call an upset special?
No, I'm not. I just
said, no, I'm not.
He's got 2 draws, Sirachi. Back in the day. So I don't even count those. All right, so wow.
Pick.
This isn't going to be close unless no, I can't. I got to fight it. I got to fight it.
Fight the urge. Don't fight the urge.
I think Munguia is going to beat this guy so bad, this Sirachi, he's going to be leaking ricotta out of his fucking orifices. All right? He's going to beat the fuck out of him, and it's going to be like sad. That's what I think.
Billy Bet's not having any over-unders. That's a fun thing to do. Billy, you got to get that the day up.
For sure. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
So they're going to stop this fight in the 8th.
This is over in the 7th.
Okay. We're a round apart. Or are you just being...
No, that I stood on what I was going to say instead of going, I agree. I had that in my puny brain at 7. Martin Bakole versus Efe Ajagba. The guy who wins this is going to get a big fight from a guy that's a big name at heavy.
Sure.
You know, whatever that means to you guys, you know,
Yeah.
But he's going to get another payday.
Okay, so Bacole's coming off of getting his fucking head caved in
by Parker. He took that quick bag, and we said, why is he doing that? He has a fight coming up. That's going to get canceled. And it didn't.
It didn't.
It's like, let me get 2 bags real quick.
Correct. Both on turkey
I'm
card.
an Efe Ajagba fan.
I'm not.
Stinks. Martin Bakole is
Efe Ajagba is way bigger than I thought he was.
Yes, because he's got that soccer player. You think of him as that.
Yeah, he's not
like
built
Nigerian
like a big
soccer player guy.
Yeah, he's not built like a big fat ass.
No. And then you go, oh, he's a fucking big guy.
So he fought this Guido Vianello. He weighed 240.
He's 6'6", 240. That's a big guy.
It's a big boy. Bakole, though, on the other hand,
is a blob.
Is 6'6", 310. 6'6", 310 pounds is what he ring walked against Joseph
this
Parker.
Bakole chinned and stopped the Jared Anderson train of this is the next great American heavyweight.
Right. And I'm going to give you the Jared Anderson stats in that fight. Jared Anderson was 252. And he's 6'4". So Ajagba, who I don't think is much better than Jared Anderson, is fighting Bakole. What Bakole comes in? Does Bakole come in at 310 pounds? I mean, that was...
Yes. And Efe Ajagba, who was like a Nigerian runner.
Bakole was 284 against Anderson and looked, much more fleet of foot in that fight.
He fucking hits like a fucking mule, too.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to go down. He fought Carlos Takam. He was 299. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him anywhere from 280. 310. He was 275 3 years ago against Tony Yoka. So that's not normal.
He was 310 against Parker very recently.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's not normal. That's like, hey, we got to fight tomorrow. Dubois sick. Can you hop on a plane? I'm going to fly you, coach, to another fucking country, and then you're going to take a horse and buggy here.
All right, Mudgy. He was 310 2 months ago. What do you think he comes in at?
They're going to have to say that didn't work, right, Vinny? Like, we got to drop some fucking weight. I'm saying, I'm going to say
285.
285, 290.
That's your prediction on the scale?
Yeah.
I'm going to say he comes in at $3 bills. And
I thought you were going to say he comes in at 330. Like he
no.
He puts on a couple of LBs.
He's still fucking eating this fucking Bakole.
All right.
This gets into the second half of the fight, and this Bakoli starts gassing.
You're picking a Jagba?
Yep.
What's the odds on this?
What's the line?
Bakoli minus 425.
Upset special. Pazzi picks.
No way.
Pazzi picks. Upset special.
Bill, Bakoli's going to fucking decapitate Jagba.
He dropped it through 6. But through 6, a Jagba might even get dropped.
What?
Yep.
And come back?
Come back. How many rounds is this? 10 or 12? Because that's huge. That's huge.
Huge. I'm going to look right now. I didn't put that down. What an idiot.
No, you're a moron.
Ay. God, fire the guy who does the research for the show.
Yeah, I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
I told you not to be stupid.
There's a
because there's a question mark. That's why I didn't put it down.
I'll back you up. There's a question mark. We don't know if
I'm on a beach.
It has to be some fucking Fanuc.
This isn't in Vegas, by the way. I'm a fucking idiot. It's in Riyadh during the day.
Yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about, but I got contradicting.
I got confused with the next thing we'll talk about. Sorry guys, this is in Riyadh during the day.
I guarantee this is some sort of bullshit eliminator or trinket belt, which would lead toward it being 12. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I think. Oh well.
I don't know.
Because Jaime Munguia and Sarachi there's no agreed upon.
I thought I saw 10.
Yo, these Riyadh cards are weird. Like they'll switch the shit up. You know what I mean? And be like, it's this now.
This guy, Bakoli gasses in the second half of the fight and either loses because he just is completely gassed for the second half of the fight and just survives, or F.A. Ajagba stops him late because this guy is cooked.
Putting the beats on Ajagba.
Okay.
Stops him.
Upset special, Billy.
Okay. There's no over under, right, Bill?
No, because we don't even know the rounds.
Rounds.
Yeah. The main event, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus B's Irish pirate homie. William Scull. This is for the WBO, WBA, WBC, IBF, and Ring Super Middleweight Championships. Scull has the IBF, I believe, which is why Canelo is taking it and wants to be undisputed again, which will potentially lead us into a fight with Bud in September. Scull's, look, Cuban amateur background. The guy can really fight. He's from that school. Canelo has, if you say what
he looks like he's cut from stone.
He does. If you say Canelo has problems with blank, it's guys like William Scull. I just don't know that.
I thought William Scull lost to Shishkin. I've said it on the show. I don't think too highly of Scull. I've done a little research on him. I think I'm gonna this is underwhelming. Dayside fight. Vinny hates them. So guys, can't spoil this for Vin. You're not gonna watch this live, are you?
I guess so, bro. This shit is really getting to me, man. All these fucking fights on other continents, and it's fucking ruining Saturday nights for me. It's ruining when and how I enjoy the sport. It's fucking brutal.
Okay, again, guys, I misspoke before. This is in Riyadh. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say, without hearing any odds, Canelo doesn't knock anybody out anymore. Wide decision, Canelo Alvarez in his Riyadh season debut.
He's minus 4,000.
Guys,
and what's the this is a 12 rounder, obviously, guys.
9.5.
9.5 distance. Might be a few knockdowns, but distance.
Canelo doesn't knock anyone out anymore. He's knocking out William Scull. William Scull has nothing to keep Canelo off him. Nothing. His best shot, Canelo eats. 5 shots couldn't stop me. I took it and smiled.
Now he's about to set the record straight.
Canelo packs him up in the 9th round.
All right.
The under.
with a brutal shot.
Mm.
Leif Hook.
Write that down.
The under.
All right. All right. Well, so
Jab,
that's
right hand, left hook.
a little 3-punch combination.
A left hook. Look,
Boom.
guys.
3-punch combination that makes Bruno Sarachi wish he stayed home.
B-Man isn't crazy. He had problems with Vladimir Shishkin, who can fight. He's a real guy.
Problems. It was a robbery.
Yeah. And the rest of his resume is, guys, it's not even not good. It's who? Who?
It was at the people in the back of the Greyhound stop.
It was. I don't know what to tell you guys, is that it's leading to something that I find interesting, and B doesn't. So B is basically done with Canelo, because then it'll be it. He doesn't like this fight, and he doesn't like the Bud fight, and then
I see the purpose of this fight.
Yeah,
this is like, it's like a utilitarian fight.
No, but you're not horny for it. No, I'm not either. But it's fight night. Look,
fight day.
But B's looking at it this way. Two things happen. He fights Scull, wins. Fights Bud in the spring. I mean the fall, in September. And then two things happen. He either retires off that, or does a bum of the month / fights KSI or Logan Paul or the speed guy. And
he's gonna fight. He's definitely gonna fight one of those dudes.
Yeah, like one of them type of guys after he, you know what I mean?
All right.
Let's move on to Sunday. This is a very weird.
Can I just outright, what the fuck is on ESPN on Saturday that we can't get this Saturday night on ESPN?
It's just unreal. It's got to be playoff. It's playoff basketball.
Fucking disgusted.
Or Sunday night baseball. I'm disgusted as well.
So
I'm disgusted as well.
This is sabotage to Naoya Inoue's.
Should we do the? Should I cut you off and do the? Where's the toupee? Star Trek. William Shatner. Mr. Shatner, you said sabotage. The word is actually sabotage. Well, you say sabotage. I say sabotage. They're trying to sabotage.
They're going to try a great sport. I think that Inoue got a lot of flack from people. Oh, he needs to come to America and fight somebody. He needs to do this. Well, he is, and they put him on a fucking Sunday night. Why? Did we ever get an answer as to what the deal with fight? Like, what is the weekend in Japan different? Like, why do they fight?
We're not getting an answer.
Okay. So I don't like that this is on Sunday night. It doesn't make sense to me. It's on late too, isn't it? Like 10 o'clock on Sunday?
I didn't look. You know, I'm so vexed about these day fights that when shit's at night, I don't care. I go, good.
Sunday. I don't love this at all. I hate it. I think it's stupid. It would have been perfect on a Saturday night. It's fucking my Saturday night up. I was all psyched because I got something to do Saturday day. I was going to watch this Saturday night and decompress. And now I got to fucking, it's like having something. I got the Sunday scaries all day. Yeah. And then I'm not going to enjoy the fights. I got to get up early, get the kids to school. I mean, Top Rank, what the fuck are you doing? All right, well, Inoue, we'll go worst to first again. Yeah, we got exciting guys on this.
Look, Rohan Polanco, 15-0, 10 KOs, a Pazzi prospect. They're putting them in there with guys you got to do, the type of guys we want these kids to fight. Fabian Maidana,
who is the brother of
the younger brother of Chino. Look, Maidana's 24-3, 18 KOs. He can punch like his brother.
He lost Mario Barrios
and lost to him. Correct.
We covered it right here on this show.
We did. Rohan Polanco packs up Fabian Maidana.
Beats shit down his Argentinian leg.
Is there an over-under on this or line, Billy?
I could not find anything on this one.
Anything. Okay. So you got to do this. Now, Billy, are you extra frisky that it's 3 days in a row now?
Yeah.
Well, depends on how things go, because I could go
into Sunday. You might be going into Sunday down in the sticks.
But you either have a bag to play with or you got to get out of the hole.
Got to get out of the hole.
Could be bad. Sunday could be bad.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you may have to bet real heavy if you're deep in the hole.
Right. To get out of it.
To get out of it.
To dig out of it.
Or do the opposite too. If I'm up, I'm gonna bet heavy because I'm
Frisky.
gonna think
Right. Frisky.
Like,
You're
I'm
thinking,
hot.
feeling frisky.
I'm
I'm
hot.
on fire.
I'm on
So
fire.
essentially, I'll probably end Monday morning with no money in the bank,
With bindle sticks.
regardless.
You came up bindle sticks is what your tweet's gonna be. Came up bindle sticks.
Damn it.
Rafael Espinosa, who Brendan and I have dubbed the cheat code. 26-0, 22 KOs versus Edgar Vasquez. 17-2. Lost to Raymond Ford and Joe Cordina, who is Brendan's guy.
Yeah.
12 rounds.
I should have never ever fucking propped up
What are you
Joe
talking about?
Cordina.
WBO
It's
featherweight
like
title.
I'm his cousin or some shit.
There's Rafael Espinosa beats the dog shit out of this Edward Vasquez.
Oh shit, he's a Fort Worth, Texas guy. He's 29.
Stops him in the
Edward
second half towards later half of the fight. If there's no over under, I can't tell you what. What
He's
do I
never been
say?
stopped, and he lost a splitter to Ford and a majority decision to Cordina.
9 or 10, this Edward Vasquez is on the ropes like a fucking rag doll.
He beats the shit out of him. All right,
Bill, you got nothing on that either?
Just the line of minus 900 for Espinoza.
900,
I don't have the
yeah,
rounds.
Right, so
All right.
9-1. Yeah.
All right, Espinoza, in keeping with his hot streak, and staying busy, looks fantastic against Edward Vasquez, stopping him midway through the 7th. Corner stoppage, towel, or referee.
I say, like I said, the 9th, but I very much. This guy's on a run.
He's on a fucking run. Yeah.
This guy's on a run, and everyone at fucking bantam, everyone at featherweight is
on notice.
They're on notice, and this really puts the fear through the whole division of those other 3 guys of not wanting it with this guy. All right. Naoya Inoue. Where is he on a pound for pound? Number 2?
So he's
versus Ramon Cardenas. 12 rounds. WBC, WBO, WBA, IBF, Ring Super Bantam. You're watching greatness, guys. Ramon Cardenas is 26-1. The one loss was a majority.
Yeah, like
Decision,
7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, this guy hasn't lost in a long
time.
He could fight a little bit. That doesn't matter when you're as good as Inoue.
Yeah, what do we got on this, Bill?
What are we looking at, Billy? Because this is just, he's going to get
minus
dog walked.
5,000.
And is there an over-under?
I didn't see one. I'm going to double check that.
Here's what's interesting here. Cardenas is, and we know that the monster is not like a one-punch, one-hitter quitter guy.
He's not.
He's a cumulative guy. He stops you with a punch accumulation. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Cardenas goes the distance in this one.
Wow.
By the way, this is for all the belts as well.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, we're watching.
Cardenas never been knocked out. He's 29.
Yep. Like we said, the one loss is questionable, and it was a long time ago. It was a majority decision.
I'm saying with this being on a Sunday night, Inoue's not as motivated. He knows nobody's watching except for me and you, and I think it's going to go distance. I think Cardenas hangs on.
I think
wide decision.
I think Aram is selling him on that it is a big deal. Naoya Inoue has very little connection to the U.S. by living or culturally. So Bob's telling him this is on a Sunday night on the biggest format in the world, and da. He does get up for it because he's been hearing the pressure, not the pressure. He's been hearing the boo birds of he doesn't fight here. Yeah. He only fights in Japan. Who is he fought? Even though he fights everyone. I want to say he gets him out of there in 6, but he's going to get him out of there in 9.
Okay. And I'm saying it goes the distance. That's it. Got a lot of mail.
Billy Betts has all his info. So with that, we'll get into the mail.
We got a lot of mail tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Heavy on the inbox. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy on the inbox. All right. This one is from Louie, and it's titled Tony Tower. It says, "Greetings, gentlemen. I forgot to email last week. Really enjoying the podcast. Definitely the highlight of my week. I'd like to place a
Thank you,
serious
sir.
bet with Tony Taro himself, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
If Ben and Eubank does more than half a million buys, does Vinny, I don't know if he doesn't understand our slang, but he
Okay.
says, does Vinny get that half and half bouffon? We mentioned a half and half on here, and it ain't about a haircut. He
I'd
says,
be lying if I said I remember. Are you talking about nasty work,
yes, nasty work,
diabolical work?
diabolical work,
Gross.
gross. Yeah. I can't even mention this. This is a family show.
It is a
So
family
I
show.
can't mention what a half and half is,
Right.
in detail. Um,
Sure.
just a quick side note, not boxing related. Totally understand if it's not allowed. He just wants to say he's been a big fan of Vinny ever since I heard Ramirez over Whitaker. That's just a weak decision. Also,
Thank you, sir.
he's a big fan of Big L. Did you guys ever meet him or see him live?
Yes, both. Um, so I met him briefly at Rocksteady anniversary at Manhattan Center in '97. And then on remember Wetlands on
Oh
Wednesday
yeah,
nights when the Roots would play and people would come up and
Wednesday at Wetlands. Yep.
so about 2 weeks before L was murdered, I saw him. He spit like 6 new rhymes, and I turned to my friend Planet and said, I think I might quit rapping. Heavenly Divine hadn't come out yet.
Right. Okay.
They were so elevated,
Right.
and they're not any of the ones that have been heard. Like he didn't even have time to. He was killed so
Yeah. Yeah.
shortly, and I got locked up that night and spent 2.5 days in central booking,
Fun
which was
stuff.
a nightmare. So
Was he just like testing? Was he just there, like just kind of throwing stuff out there and see
yeah, and
what stuck?
he said he's about to sign to the Rock. Like I'm going to be the new.
This when they did that famous interview where he says it like on someone's got a drop of him saying that
Right. My timeline
on
is like
someone had it on a DAT, like they
it's
had.
it's
Remember you carry around the old DAT?
yeah, of
Yeah,
course. It's January. My story when I saw him was January '99,
and he
and
died a month later.
he got boomed in February
Yeah,
for people who were trying to get his brother Big Lee. So both. But I'm like because I'm close with Lord Finesse and how close I am with AG and stuff. Those guys really, I feel like I know L more through them and their stories. You know what I mean? And
right. Yeah,
this dude was all about wordplay and guns and murder and almost horrorcore was like the funniest guy in the world. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah. I
not
mean,
about any of that. My meeting was brief. It was like pound. I stole his own line for him. Clown ass shit. Hate to be around that
run
shit.
that
You
shit.
don't know
Yeah,
me, just say what's up. Give me a
give me a
pound. That's
pound. That's it.
it's
Yeah,
basically like, yo, man, big fan. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Nice guy, really nice guy. But I always ask those guys mad questions about Al. Like, you know what I mean? Me and AG
Yeah,
pour the world together. Finesse, we talk. He's done beats for me. So, got caught up in what, you live in fucking Harlem, bro. And,
right. Yep.
not good. R.I.P. Big Al.
Yeah, I never met him, so I can't say I have. I went to if you guys have the Gangstar record, their 10-year, where they have the concert,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Big L benefit. I was
Yeah,
at that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was at that show where
That was at Tramps, wasn't it?
yeah, Tramps
Yeah.
and Primo comes on the mic and says, "Yo, Big L, rest in peace," boom, boom, and then they go
Yeah.
into the beat. Um. Anyway, thanks for the letter.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Um. The next one is from our boy DJ Absurd,
What
and
up, Absurd?
what up? What up? He says, "What up, guys? Great meeting. Hang out. Some of the knock 'em out. This goes back a couple weeks because remember last week I didn't read. I didn't do any reads. He says hanging out with some of the knock 'em out the box squad down in AC. Wanted to get you guys' take on the upcoming Times Square card on May 2nd. Perfect timing.
Yes.
I think it's a real cool idea and will bring a lot of attention to the sport, but really hate that it's invite only. Yeah, see, I was talking about this earlier. Do you guys know any more information about how it's going to work? Like, if fans will be able to get anywhere in the vicinity and watch from big screens down there. I thought about going just to try. By the way, DJ Absurd's a local guy. I thought about going just to try to witness it all, but not sure if it's worth it. They're having this card plus the Canelo fight the next day, back-to-back pay-per-views, not to mention Ben Eubank pay-per-view a week before. A lot to ask in 1 week. Love the show. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Looking forward to the new album, Vinnie.
Well, Brendan and I were like, all right, we want to reach out to our people?
Thanks, Absurd.
Thanks, Absurd. Do we want to reach out to our people and get invited to this thing? And that we already went through all that. Do we feel like dealing with Times Square?
No, and
the answer was no for us.
Everybody I knew that 2 months ago was saying I'm gonna go
has already backed.
Said I'm not going. No, I'm not fucking doing it.
Guys, this is going to be a shit show. I don't mean what we watch on TV. Brendan was in television for years.
The logistics
he knows
of this.
the logistics. I know the logistics because of what I get. Guys, you want to talk about the saying, this is an accident waiting to happen or a disaster waiting to happen? We're not talking about what's in the ring.
It's weird. It's going to be hard to keep people out. Like, are they going to have private security? Is it a police presence?
If you guys are familiar with the shit show that is Times Square on New Year's.
Right. It's going to be like that. So we had initially heard that it was going to be like 100,000 people there. And then we heard, no, it's not going to be hardly anybody there. And that's probably because the NYPD was like,
what the fuck you guys do? No, we're not dealing with 100,000 people. What are you talking about?
No, you'd have to plan that a year in advance. So again, I think that it's probably a good idea that they keep this small. The rumored Central Park show that we talked about last week for Shiraz Berlanga seems much more feasible because at least it's in a park and it's contained and they can filter people in and out. Again, Vin and I don't know if they're going to try to sell tickets, if it's free, first come, first serve, how that's going to work. Luckily, boxing's a niche sport, so I don't think they're going to get that many people itching to go, for possible standing room only for a boxing match. But anyway, thanks for the letter, Absurd. The more we know, the more we'll let you guys know. We'll post, and as things seem like they're coming together very slowly. Last minute. All right. The next one's from our friend Dave Perro from Connecticut. He says, Brendan, thank you for touching on the IBF rehydration clause. The IBF used to be my favorite sanctioning body because of the rehydration clause, as I think it keeps weight bullies at bay and the importance of weight classes in general. I agree that the 10-pound rehydration limit across all weight classes makes no sense and should be revised. As you have both stated numerous times over the years, the need for the sport to have a national commission. That there's a need for the sport to have a national commission. We have seen it in the past with fighters outright saying they were not going to abide by the rehydration clause to gain an advantage. Triple G versus Danny Jacobs comes to mind. I have to give you guys credit for putting me onto Boots early on. You're the first boxing pundits, well, thank you for calling us that I can remember talking about the greatness of Boots and Bam before they were bona fide stars in the sports. Credit where credit is due.
Thank you, brother.
Everybody's saying this. I have been loving the musical touch at the end of the episodes. Brings me back to my youth, staying up late with blank cassettes for the Stretch and Bob show to get my fix. I used to do the same thing, buddy. WNYU.
These guys got me digging in the crates because we don't want to get pinched, and have the show taken down. So I'm trying to feed y'all with the Stretch and Bobito / Raw Deal / Vibes and Vapors era that we come from.
Yeah,
so we're gonna keep trying.
I gotta say, it was dope too. Like Hot 97 used to do this. Was if you guys remember the Battle of the Beats?
Yeah, absolutely. They had this, something similar here.
Yeah, it was on at like 7 p.m.
Yeah,
and they would do
same here.
2 songs back to back, and I remember I heard sometimes they'd fuck up and play the unedited version and just like let it rip, which was nice at 7 o'clock on Hot 97 when Hot 97 was
kids are having aneurysms all over the streets of New York.
Yeah. And it was only on for a couple of years. It seemed like it was on for so long. But this is like when Hot 97 still played Wu-Tang. So I remember when Jizz's record came out, obviously he was like a week-long Battle of the Beats winner. Anyway, moving on. And again, thank you. Yes, I used to stay up late and listen to Stretch and Bob too. I still would if it was on.
Yeah. Same.
Okay, we got a pretty funny one. I don't know how to pronounce this because we've said that we are stupid
Yeah, we're
and
morons.
we don't speak French.
Yeah.
And this is from Vom Kriege. Okay, and he says, "Hello to the team again." So I guess he's written us before.
Okay.
Sorry to inform you, you have at least one satisfied listener in France. Gutted about Conwell, but I agree. I agreed he looked flat and uncreative once Perez adjusted mid-fight. From the same card, you didn't mention Vosdick. We didn't because he fought like a 9,000th ranked guy.
Yeah.
Had a good comeback and Joshua Edwards had a great debut. But there's only so much time to watch fights end in the show. I think I know what he means.
Yeah.
As always, keep up with the good work and love the last show. Best, Louis. And now, yeah.
Thanks, Louis.
Thanks, Louis.
Someone else wrote me something similar. I hate to break it to you, but there are people that listen from France.
So
yeah.
Hey, listen. Thank you guys.
We really appreciate that.
We appreciate it, and it's humbling. And we appreciate all you guys. But when we don't think someone is into us or
we slander them.
We slander them. All right.
Nobody is safe until they are. So now.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me just go through this.
I like when B struggles.
Yeah. No, I printed one and I'll tell you later. Okay. Public display of dismemberment. That title is from our friend and longtime listener, and he hasn't been around in a while. I was getting a little worried about him. The great AV Julian.
Hey, we thought you croaked.
Which, by the way, I'm going to read something, and this makes more sense. He says, "Peace, gang. Art of violence here." He calls himself Art of Violence. I like it. Art of Violence. He said, "How is it two fighters I don't particularly care for, nor cared in any instance to write home about, produced perhaps the greatest boxing match I've had the pleasure of witnessing in my lifetime?"
Wow.
Was it not like a glimpse into what if Hagler Hearns went the distance? The bout was comparable to what ensued with when Keith David refused to put on the sunglasses and Roddy insisted in real life. Yeah, and they live. Yeah.
It's like an 8,000-minute fight scene.
Yeah.
And then they did it on South Park.
Yeah. We, the fans, were brutally reminded why this sport is aptly dubbed theater of the unexpected. And for everything either one could have done better or differently, I'm glad they didn't. 7 months away from this year closing, yet I believe it's safe to deem Eubank Ben Fight of the Year. Knock, knock on. Cool, man. That's cool.
Hey, a lot of people are echoing that, bro.
Yeah.
I think it was way better than expected, which had some people shifting their perspective.
Correct.
I think that Brendan and I talk often about when a guy does better in a fight than you expect them to, you give him more rounds, tend to go, oh, that might have been a robber. That fight was so much better than anticipated.
Yeah.
And it was so good and so fun that immediately fight of the year, I still don't think it beats Taraji. Yeah, the Taraji fight. It's of course going to be in the running. I'm sure
Taraji
it'll be in the top 5.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be in the top 5.
It should be, as it should be.
But I'm glad you enjoyed it that much, AV. I thought the Taraji fight was better. I thought this was mad fun, but don't feel like we're telling you you're wrong because I saw it everywhere. Fight of the year, no way nobody's matching this. You know what I'm saying? I don't that there was an energy to it that can shift things as well. Because the energy of the Taraji fight is Japanese people politely, you know what I mean? When people are being maniacs in their soccer stadiums and chanting soccer songs, like all of that, mood is huge. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So as an event, Does it beat that one? It might be right there with it. You know what I mean? As an event. No, it beats it as an event if we're considering. But I thought it was a really fun fight. So I'm happy we got that.
All right. So our main man, Cedric, writes us. Cedric is a longtime Vinny Paz fan, JMT fan, and an OG listener. He might
That's
be
my
one of the
guy
only
right there.
might be one of the only guys that caught the lost episodes.
My guy.
He says, good morning, afternoon, or evening, gentlemen. The only thing that was hotter than Eubank Jr. versus Ben fight Saturday was Vinny's new album release. Thank you,
my
Vinny,
friend.
for another solo album. You're a madman pumping all these albums out in rapid succession. I appreciate you doing that. I ended up copping an LJ 1991 JMT jacket to show more support for you. Salute, brother. That's great, man.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
my friend. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Now back to the main event. Eubank Jr., Conor Benn. I was falling asleep during the ring entrances, but I guess it being at Tottenham Stadium and in front of the home crowd, the fighters had to go all out. Luckily, the fight didn't disappoint. 116, 112, all for Eubank Jr. was insanity. Maybe the name Eubank just has too much influence over the judges and the boxing world. Conor Benn rocked Jr. many times. I had the majority of the fight, Ben winning it. Not by much, maybe a round or two. Man, the late push by Junior swayed the judges in his favor, but a UD, that's crazy.
I wonder if Cedric's onto something when he said, I talked about it when we broke down the fight. Do people fucking loathe Ben for popping hot, and he's such a heel there that affects? I'm not saying affecting the judges' scorecards, but I'm saying a fan judging it, the score. You know what I mean? The fan saying, "Oh, here was my scorecard," or it was a clear. Do you know what I mean? Is he that despised? Remember people would say Floyd lost that in fights that he did. He thinks he lost to Maidana. His nose bled a little against Cotto, so that means he lost. Is there some of that going on? I don't know. But Cedric, I had a 115, 113 for Conor Benn. I thought he landed the more telling shots. And I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know. There's no way he won 8 rounds. Chris Eubank.
He says, man, the late push by Junior swayed the judge's favorite. That's great. He says, I think I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to sound more unintelligent than I already do. You don't sound unintelligent.
Not at all.
Much love and respect to you, gentlemen. Oh, Billy Betts, thank you for kindly putting the episodes up on YouTube. I appreciate you for that. Peace, y'all. Thanks,
You're
Cedric.
welcome.
Thanks, Cedric. We appreciate you, bro.
It's a lot of hard work for Billy to do that.
Talk to you on Twitter.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good brother right there.
That does it for this episode. You can hit me at the Killer B24 on Twitter, at I_no_that_kid on IG. Check us at KOTB Boxing on IG, at KOTB Podcast on YouTube, and write us at KEOTBboxing@gmail.com. Vinny.
Yes. At BoxCutterPazzi on Instagram, at Vinny_Paz on Twitter. Thank you so much for the support of my new record, God Sent Vengeance. It's everywhere now, except Apple Music, who is fucking with my well-being. Billy Bindlesticks is trying to handle that. So by the time you hear this, I hope it's been fixed, because I'm really losing my shit. JMT store for all physical product, vinyl, CDs, merch, knock them out the box tees, etc., etc. But God Sent Vengeance out now. Go run that up. And enjoy the fights this weekend.
I'm gonna add a poll. Would you buy a Billy Bindlesticks t-shirt to this episode?
Do it.
Do it.
I bet you they sell like hotcakes.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, say goodnight, Billy.
Good night, Billy.